Hello friends, welcome to DBMS class. In this class, let us look out the three schema architecture and data independence. I hope you are understanding the all classes. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So let us start the today's section. And in this section, let us discuss first one, that is three schema architecture. So we know we already discussed the important characteristics of a database. So there are three important characteristics of the databases are there. Those are so as we said in the last class, that is a database is having a self-describing nature because it stores the description of the database in its catalog only. So it describes itself only. That's why it is a that's why we can call it as a database is a self-describing nature. And next one is that there is a insulation between the programs and the data. Okay, there is a program operation independence is there in between a program and the data. Okay, and third one is a database supports a multiple user views. That means a user in which he is interested, that much of data is only present to the user instead of showing all the data stored in the database. Okay, so these are the three important characteristics of the database. So in this section, we are specifying an architecture of the database that is called as a three schema architectures. Why it is called as a three schema architecture? Because this architecture is divided into three parts. That's why this is called as a three schema architecture. And it was proposed to help to achieve and visualize these characteristics, which I told just now. So to visualize and to achieve these characteristics, we are going to use this three schema architectures. And after that, later we will discuss about the data independence, how we can achieve the data independence by using three schema architecture. We will discuss it later. Now at first let us see the three schema architectures. So the main goal of this three schema architectures, as I told, that is to achieve the main characteristics of the three schema database. And here this three schema architecture, we are dividing this architecture into three levels to separate the user applications from the physical database. So user ಏನು ಒಂದು application program ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಆ application program ಮತ್ತೆ physical database ನ separate ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we are using a three schema architectures. And in this architecture, schema can be defined in the three levels. Those are, first one is a internal schema, and second one is a conceptual schema, and third one is a external schema. Okay, so this internal schema describes the physical storage. So that means it is going to describe the physical storage structure of the database. Okay, and to design this physical schema, so here we are using a physical data models that and describes the complete details of the data storage and about a access path for the database. That is called as a internal schema. And next level is a conceptual schema. So this conceptual schema has a conceptual level. Okay, and this schema describes the structure of the whole database for a community users. ಇದು ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ structure of the whole database ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ describe ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And the conceptual schema hides the details of a data storage structures and the data storage structures. Okay, so we'll see the architecture of the database. And next level is a external schema. So this external schema includes a number of includes a number of views. Okay, and this external schema is also called as a view level schema. Okay, or a user views. This external schema is also called as a view level. Okay, so let us see the architecture of the three schema architecture. See, this is a three schema architecture. So this is called as a user level. Okay, and this is called as a conceptual level, and this is called as a internal level. So let us see what is the meaning of external level and what is the meaning of conceptual schema, and what is the conceptual level, and next one is the external level. So first one is the internal schema or a physical level. So see here, this schema architecture, so this whole schema architecture describes how the data is represented. So data ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ and how the data is viewed by the user in the database. ಈ users ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡೇಟಾನ ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈ ಸ್ಕೀಮಾ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಸ್ಕೀಮಾ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. and this architecture is also known as a three-level architecture. Okay, instead of three schema architecture, this diagram is also known as a three-level architecture, and it's sometimes also called as ANSI or Spark architecture. This three schema architecture divides the database into three levels. Okay, to create a separations between the database and the user applications. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು user application ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಮತ್ತೆ database ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅವೆರಡನ್ನು separate ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we are using a three schema architecture. And in simple words, we can say that this architecture hides the details of physical storage from the users. ಏನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಂದ ಹೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. So we are using a Gmail, okay, and there we are using a Google Drive to store some files and photos in our drives. But we are the user who uses a Gmail, he is not aware of where his data is stored. Okay, where his data is stored in a particular computer. He is just using the content stored on the drive or stored on the Gmail, but he is not aware of where the data is actually stored and where in which computer the data is stored. That is called as for that purpose we are using one architecture that is called as a three schema architecture. Okay, and the database administrator, that is DBA, and he should be able to change the structure of the database storage without affecting the user view. For example, if Gmail is one application or a Gmail is there and in which there is a database, okay, and DBA must, if there is a need to change the storage structure of the database, so DBA must change the storage structure as and when needed arises, but the user view must not be changed. That must be performed by the DBA or a database administrators. So this architecture contains three levels or layers of the database management system. Those are called as a external level, conceptual level and internal level. These are the three important levels of this DBMS architecture. So let us see first one, that is external level. So in the external or a view level, this level is also called as what? This level is also called as a view level. So this is the highest level of the database abstraction. So okay, we already know the meaning of data abstraction. So this is the highest level of data abstraction. Here the external level or a view level describes the actual view of the data which is relevant to the particular user. So ಇದು ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಯೂಸರ್ ಯಾವ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದಾನೋ ಆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರೀ ಯೂಸರಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ and that is performed in a external level or a view level. Okay, and this level is also provides a different view because one particular view is presented to this user and second view is presented to second users. How many users are you inserted? If there are n number of users are there, then n number of different views are present to the particular user in which they are interested. Okay, so an external view provides a powerful and flexible security and mechanism by hiding the parts of the database from the users. This external view or a view level is going to provide some security mechanisms, so in which it hides the parts of the database from the particular user because it hides the conceptual schema, okay, and the physical storage structures. So this external schema design is done at the high level data models. Using high level data model, they are going to implement the external level. Okay, and next one is the conceptual level. Okay, so this conceptual level has a conceptual schema. What it has? It has a conceptual schema, so which describes the structure of a whole database for a community users. So ಏನು users ಗೆ ಒಂದು structure ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. For example, so if you want to create a one student database, in that case it is going to design a whole database structures for a users, any number of users. Here in the conceptual schema, it hides the details of a physical storage structures. What it does? This conceptual level hides the details of a physical storage structures and it only concentrates on describing the entities, data types, relationships, user operations and constraints. Okay, so here this conceptual schema hides the physical storage structure and it only describes the which entities are added to the database and what are the data types of the attributes and what relationship existing between the entities and which type of operations can be performed by the users on the database and what type of constraints can be applied on the database. These all describes in the conceptual level. Okay, and in this usually here the representation data model is used to describe the conceptual schema. Okay, so here we are using a representational data models, so that can be used to design the conceptual schema. So this is about the conceptual schema, and next one is the internal level. So here in the internal level or a physical level. Okay, this internal level is also called as a physical level, and this internal level has a internal schema. Okay, so here this internal level describes the physical storage structure of the database. What it does? It describes the physical storage structure of the database, and in internal schema it uses the physical data model to design the internal level, and this internal level describes the complete details of the data storage and to access path for the data stored in the database. So it describes what it describes. It mainly describes the physical storage structure of the database, and it also describes the complete details of the data storage and access path of the database. So this is about three schema architectures. Okay. So the advantage of these three schema architecture is this architecture makes the database abstract. The abstract means the user in which he is interested, that much of data or that much of information is only presented to the users. Okay, and this is one of the main advantage of using a three schema architecture, and it is used to hide the details of how the data is physically stored in the computer system, and making this doing like this, which makes it is easier to use for the end users. Okay, and one more advantage of using this architecture, it allows each users to access the same database with a different customized use. Okay, so same data na ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮೈಸ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಡೇಟಾದೊಳಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. And the one more advantage of this architecture, it enables the database admin to change the storage structures. So DB ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ storage structures ನ state ಮಾಡಬಹುದು without affecting the user who currently accessing the information stored on the database. Okay, so at present I am accessing the database of a RC University. So if a DBA who changes the storage structure at the time when I am accessing the data stored on the university database or in RCU University database, if we change the storage structure, so it must not affect the user who is currently accessing or using the information. So these are the main important advantages of the three schema architecture. Okay, see here these three schema architectures are only the description of our data. So it gives us some description of the data. The stored data that actually exists in the physical level, where it is stored, it is actually stored in the physical level, and in DBMS it is based on based on three schema architecture. Each user group prefers its own external schema to access the data stored on the database. So in this case, a DBMS must transform the request specified on the external schema. So in the external schema, user are going to ask for the request to access the data stored in the database. So in that case, DBMS must transform the request specified on the external schema into the request against the conceptual schema. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು DBMS, ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ದ conceptual schema. Okay, and then into a request to the internal schema. After that, the request is transformed to the internal schema for a processing over the stored database. So first request user external view ಒಳಗೆ apply the request done by the users transformed to accepted by the external view. After that, it is transferred to the conceptual view. After that, it is transferred to the internal schema or a physical level for processing over the data stored in the database. Okay, so in this case, if a request in the database, if the request is a database retrieval, ಸೊ ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಡೇಟಾನ ರಿಟ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಡೇಟಾ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ರೀಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ದ ಯೂಸರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ವ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ಏನು ಯೂಸರ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಡೇಟಾ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕ್ರಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ these mappings may be time consuming. Okay, when it maps the data extracted data from the database to the external. So in this case the process of transforming the request and results between these three levels. So request na transform ಮಾಡೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ reform ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ that is called as a mapping. So mapping means the process of transforming the request and result. Okay, the process of transforming the request and result between these three levels is called as a mapping, and this mapping may take a time consuming. It takes a time consuming. Okay, especially those are meant to support a small database. Okay, small database ittu antandre avage enagutri, it takes some time for mapping. So small database which do not support the external view. So this is called as a 3 schema architecture. So if you have any doubts, you can ask.